Welcome everyone to a Tortuga Power channel update. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. In fact, the channel looks like it's dead. But it was really just in hibernation or playing possum for a little while. For lots of reasons which I don't necessarily need to go into. But I am back. And what's more, I have a new microphone, which is exciting. I guess it's time to switch over to that. Feels like an appropriate first thing to say on the microphone would be to introduce the game in the backdrop here, which is Yield Fall of Rome. I like the way that this game has taken the normal Civilization style game and simplified it dramatically. There is no production turn to turn. We see here that you do have a settler, you do settle, but it's not as long-term impact. The way all the resources you see on the map are just one-time use only, which is a strange concept for me to wrap my head around, having played so many Civilization games or Civilization style games where you always have production per turn. So this is interesting that you can either, you cash in your boars or your pigs or your deer or whatever for a resource hammer, and then that's a permanent exchange, one time only. So you can choose to hold on to those hammers for something you want to save up for. I don't think that the abstraction here really makes sense, but as a game, it does simplify you can pass turns very quickly in this because a lot of your turns are not worried about what to change your production to. You're just waiting to build up enough population and everything else, or enough money to buy your next tech. You buy techs in this instead of actually progressing on a research tree with a research resource. It's just actually purchasing. And I feel like a lot of this game is about a race to the finish. A lot tighter time scale for that. Even the tech tree is pretty small, and I feel like you may not even fill it all out because your money is your resource used for everything, for units, for buying resources, and for tech, which makes it a very critical resource to choose whether or not you want to buy tech with, which means you may not really get that far. I guess what I'm trying to say is this game has really reduced the strategic depth, but kept the feel of the game the same and kept things pretty fun. Now to switch back to a little more of the channel update type side of things. Yeah, so I don't have an office anymore, so things will be a little bit challenging for me to get the recordings in. That may change eventually, but for now that's the way it is. What happened is I moved. My family moved, and things haven't really got back in order. I think everyone has this experience at least once in their life. Some people move many times, where you get to a new place and you're just not unpacked and everything's a mess and you're not really sure where everything should go. And one of the things which I wasn't sure where it would go is my office, my computer, my setup and all that. Anyways, this is, I'm sure people understand this. They've been through this. So now that I'm back, there are a few games that I'm targeting in the near future. One of them is Distant Worlds 2. One of them is Rule the Waves I don't know how many more series of Rule the Waves I'll do. I'm going to consider this possibly my ultimate series, my last one. And I want to return to Decisive Campaigns Barbarossa to play as the Soviets. Those are three series that, in my head, with this nice long break that I've recently taken, I feel like I would be remiss to let the channel sputter away into oblivion without at least covering those three games. But I suspect that once I get back into a pattern, maybe the frequency of content release won't be as much, but yeah, I think it'll still be coming out. I don't see the channel disappearing. I like the Single Malt Strategy podcast stuff we've been doing. The frequency on that has not been very good either, but we just recorded another episode. I don't know when that'll actually be edited and out. Maybe a little bit of delay on that, but I'm getting excited to get back into things. There's a lot of things I want to try, but we'll just see if I can find time for it. Even this new game, Songs of Silence, I just have been doing a little bit of playing of that. One thing with this game, Yield Fall of Rome, similar to Songs of Silence, with my limited free time, I find myself really embracing games with a narrative or a campaign structure. Not narrative so much, but narrative-driven gameplay, or I guess focused less open world, more linear gameplay. Because I don't have a whole lot of time to think about what I want to do. I want to sit down, load up something, and know what I was doing. You know, in some of these really open sandbox type things, even like Distant Worlds 2, you can forget what you were trying to do, and you can load into a game, and you spend probably like 10 minutes trying to figure out what were you doing anyway. That could be like, 10 minutes, 15 minutes out of the 30 minutes I have free. That's not really an acceptable ratio of, thinking and playing. So I don't want to spend all my time remembering. So that's, I don't know. I see my my own tastes, my own preferences in games have been shifting with my decrease in free time. And that's a little journey. I guess that's my comment about it, is it is a journey. I guess everyone has a journey like this where your free time, or really it's the priority thing. Everyone has the same amount of time in the day. It's really about how you prioritize things. And I find my priority is going less towards gaming in general. And of the time I can spend with gaming, I really can't do like my open world Hearts Fire and 3 type stuff. I love those kind of things, but they just take too much time. So hopefully I still have enough time to deeply focus on some war games that I want to put on the channel, because I feel like that is the hallmark of this channel, is, well thought out analytical commentary on complex games. I don't see that going away. I think that's still my focus. It may mean that I play a lot of games that I've already played, which I think there's a lot of good games already out there. But if I was to tomorrow decide, okay, I really want to buckle down and learn War in the Pacific Admirals Edition, that would take like an eternity at this point. I don't have enough free time to sit down and really get into such a deep game. So hopefully that doesn't hinder my ability to play some of those titles in the future, but it may. Other than that, I don't think I have more to say. Thanks for your patience. I do like the idea of streaming on Twitch, some other like random things a little bit more often as well, because that's so much more free form. I don't feel like I need to commit myself to knowing the game very well. Although I also realize that that's sacrificing one of my strengths. But just because I really love the community, especially all the people on Discord, I think we have a good thing going there. For that kind of thing, those kind of streams, even Alekius has been streaming just in the Discord server itself. The whole Tortuga Power community, it's not that it's central around me. It's shared with like THG and like other Wolfpack. But just the common group that are also a part of the Tortuga Power server and channel, I feel like it's just a great collection of individuals that I really enjoy interacting with. And sometimes when I don't do anything for a while, or I'm busy, that's actually the thing I miss the most, is this community, which is a nice medium for sharing gaming experiences. And not just gaming experiences, like book club type stuff, all that. I feel like there's a lot of common minds in this collective, and it's nice in a world where you have such diverse viewpoints to have an area, I don't know, it's a little bit more of a safer area. I'm a big opponent. I strongly dislike echo chambers, but I feel like in gaming world stuff, if you just want to share the things that you like. Okay, let me get off my soapbox and say thanks for listening to this video. Thanks for watching a little bit of Yield Fall of Rome, and look forward to stuff like Songs of Silence maybe coming up soon. Also, there was Emperor of the Fading Suns, which was released. The enhanced version. The game's like 20 years old or whatever, but I plan to be covering that. That's coming up at the beginning of June. They'll be doing some kind of Steam festival type thing for that. So look forward to content from that coming up as well. After all that, I'll bid you adieu. Thanks for watching this. Hope you guys are all doing well. And until the next video, take care.